Episode 20.
Okay, now we can talk.
Me and Brian are in trouble.
Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties here because of everyone else.
Daniel's mad at us.
We're in the doghouse.
Can't kick us out yet.
Yeah, this is my house.
His too. Welcome to Into the 99, where we have 99 cards, because Commander is number 1. I'm one of your hosts, Sherman.
I'm Hope.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Brian.
Oh, yeah, and we are bringing to you today another deck tech, one that I made this time for Anax Hardened by the Forge.
That's another one of the
uncommon.
commanders.
I like the uncommons more than rare and
too.
mythics.
Yeah,
even
a lot
though
of-
they're super powerful, but still.
A lot of people weren't happy about the legendaries that came out. A lot of people say it wasn't great for Commander, that
Dominaria
it was lackluster. But I loved all the options and stuff. I really liked the new cycle of the Perforos, all those. I'm seeing lots of cool decks come out from those kind of things. Clothis is a great one. Everyone's talking about Heliod, and some people say it's disappointing. I put it into a deck rather than the Commander, but I just found I love the majority of the uncommon ones. Some of them were kind of a miss, like the Reflection one.
Like, I don't
The
think I
Reflection
really
is still
saw
not fun.
anything that I would say that's going to be my next commander. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of making, like, the uncommon blue-green one. Like, I just pulled a foil one, so
It's a good-looking card.
Counters, yeah.
I'm really tempted to make, because I like Evolve and everything like that, so
Yeah.
I like
I remember
counters
your
and-
Evolve deck. Yeah, that was nasty. Okay, anyways, yeah, so today we're talking about Anax. So what we're going to talk about here is basically, like, how I built it and, like, my idea for it. So,
Yeah, what the point of the deck is.
Yeah.
What does Anax do?
well, Anax, the Hardened by the Forge, is 1 red for Enchantment Demigod, which is a star and a 3. And the star is equal, like, its power is equal to the red devotion. So,
That's
right,
kind of dope.
it's really cool. And when it comes out, it's automatically 2/3 because it's red, right?
Yeah.
And then it has another ability where when a creature dies, you create a 1/1 satyr that can't block. And if that creature's power is greater than 4, create 2 tokens.
That's pretty cool.
Now, it's really, really cool, and there's a lot of directions you can do here, okay? And I thought about this for a while, and, like, the first thing I thought about was tribal, like Goblin Tribal, because, like, you know...
Because it's red.
It's red, you know. You get a lot of devotion from goblins and everything.
You can get them
and-
real quick.
Yeah.
real quick. But the problem is, like, I'm kind of bored of Goblin Tribal.
Yeah, Goblin Tribal with,
Satyrs?
yeah. Goblin Satyr
Yeah,
dual
but, like,
tribal?
But, you know, like...
It's
there's
been
Crankle
done,
and,
you know,
all that
yeah.
stuff, yeah. There's
There's
obviously...
Perforos.
Yeah. There's obviously big power creatures, but I don't like big power creatures because they're too high. And then there's also going down the equipment route. And I'm like, I can re-equip it and everything, but that takes a while, right? So I, like a few other people I've seen talk about this, have decided to go with the theme of sacrificing other creatures. Whether it is your own or someone else's.
Oh, so some control.
Yeah. I want blood. I want to be bathed in blood. I want to attack a lot. I want to do all this because it's fun.
I'm scared.
This is an aggro deck because it's aggravating.
Because it's red. That's how it should be. It
Yeah.
should be aggro. It should
So-
be nasty and it should be mean and I should want to kill. That's
Exactly.
Right.
And
Exactly.
yeah, it's always me.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I
put red on all your
I
decks.
never
Yeah.
target you.
No,
Necrus.
Yeah, the Silvala deck.
I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
my Silvala
yeah.
deck.
Red Silvala. There's
Red Silvala. What kind of Silvala is that? So keep it with
She bathes in the blood of her enemies.
Oh, that
Sure.
works. Yeah.
Parlay.
Parlay. So keeping with the theme from last week, okay, Daniel made a budget deck. This one's going to be a budget deck as
Let's
well.
just like take a second to appreciate that they made a budget deck.
Yeah,
I tried so hard.
you did try really, really hard. It did work out really, really well.
Because he didn't put the lands in.
Here's a $400 land.
Here's
here.
a $400 upgrade.
Yeah. So
One land.
one land. You can buy 8 decks with this one land right here. Okay, but the budget for my deck is under $90. But on top of that, of the $90, 6 of the cards add up to $44.
So it's really like a $50 deck.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, when you look at, okay, like the cards that are add up to $44 are Soul Ring, right?
A classic, which we've touched on in one of our other podcasts. Please check it out.
Ashnod's Altar.
Shameless promotion.
Yeah, Ashnod's Altar and Nim Death Mantle, because those two go infinite with it.
I've never heard of that card.
Okay, so Ashnod's Altar, because you sacrifice, get 2 colorless mana. Nim Death Mantle is equipment artifact where if it gets +2/+2, and when a creature dies, or one of your creatures die, you can pay 4 mana to have it brought back and attach Nim Death Mantle to it. So the infinite loop here is you have Anax. You sacrifice it to Ashnod's Altar. You get the 2 mana, and you get the Satyr. Anax dies from
then you sack
sacrificing,
the Satyr.
and to bring it back with Nim Death Mantle, right? So people will infinite combo with it. And I put it in here, but you can do that with like Perforos, like Impact Tremors, stuff like that.
You could infinitely loop Inferno Titan then.
Yeah.
How neat.
I have a Ruby Medallion in here. Yeah. I also have a Meek Stone.
That's a good one.
Which people are probably like, but if you have power 4 or greater, they're not going to untap. Ha! Yes, that is very true. And this only affects
That's why you killed them.
Yeah, this only affects like maybe 5 of my creatures. Okay, and we'll find out why. And my very last one, which is the key here, which is one of my pet cards.
Love this card.
Vicious Shadows.
I love Vicious Shadows.
I've never heard of Vicious Shadows.
Vicious Shadows
Liar.
is amazing.
That's the point.
You've heard of it. You always sigh when I bring that out with my Locust God deck.
Oh.
Yeah.
I leave Vicious Shadows in pretty much every deck that generates tokens.
Yeah.
Because Vicious Shadows is great.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Vicious Shadows is a 7 CMC, so 6 in a red. Okay, whenever one of your creatures dies...
Nope.
Oh, sorry, any creature dies. Sorry, my bad. Any creature dies, okay? You choose a target player. They take damage based on how many cards they have in their hand. Okay? So, if you're sacrificing things like created with Anax and the Satyrs, Fine, I've killed you from 200 life once with Locust God using that.
Everybody knows. For Brian's face, his eyes just like slightly widened, and he looked like he just saw the sun for the first time.
It is a great one, especially if they have a full hand and you just blasphemous act the board, it triggers on every one of them.
If they have no maximum hand size and they're playing some good
me in every deck.
This is red. Should I have that in my neck?
Yes.
Yes, you should.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, so the strategy of this deck...
Brian grabs his phone, orders card.
The strategy of this deck is really simple. Have creatures die. That's it. You just want your creatures, their creatures, they're all gonna die. We don't care. Okay? So either... Yeah, very simple. So either you're taking control of your opponent's creatures and attacking with them, and they have the choice of either taking the damage or running, like having someone sacrificial blocker. Okay? So either way, it's creature removal. And then if that creature still lives, you sacrifice it to something. Right? And we have like a few sacrifice outlets. Okay? So we have like the infinite combo we already talked about with the Ashnod's Altar and Death Mantle. But there's other things like Goblin Bombardment.
Goblin what?
Goblin Bombardment.
Bombardment.
Goblin Bombardment. So, Goblin Bombardment is like, it's an enchantment, okay, 1 in a red, you sacrifice a creature, you deal 1 damage to any target. Simple, right? So you don't...
And rustic.
Yeah, you don't care that you're sacrificing your creature or their creature, most likely their creature, but you're gonna sacrifice the creature so you get rid of it, okay?
Heck yeah.
Stone Giant, a lot of people probably don't know this one because it's such an old card.
I don't.
Okay, so it's 2 red, okay? A 3/4 giant. You can tap it and basically target creature you control that has toughness less than the Stone Giant, which is a 4.
Yeah.
Gains flying until end of turn. Gains flying, okay? And then at the end of the turn, they sacrifice it.
Solid trade.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you get through, you like ping him for 1 or 2 damage, and you sacrifice the creature.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right? And it's a creature yourself, so it's like whatever. And it's a 3/4, so it can still untap with the Meek Stone, okay? Barrage of Expendables is another thing where you can tap a red and then sacrifice a creature. It deals 1 damage to any target. This one's one of my favorite ones that I don't see anyone playing. That's Hazardous Favor.
Love it.
Okay, Hazardous Favor, you choose before the combat step, you choose a creature. That creature gains +2/+0. Okay? And at the end of combat, you sacrifice that creature. So if you take over someone's creature, alright, give them a +2, attack with them, sacrifice at the end. Anax is still out. Hey, there you
Give
go.
it +2 and flying, and then it gets sacrificed.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
And the key with Hazard's favor is that you're giving it a +2, so you're giving it a bonus. So even if you steal something that's a 2 power, it becomes a 4 power. It's going to trigger Anax to give you 2 satyrs instead of 1.
Ooh, yes.
Right? That's why I like this. And Hazard's favor is only a 2 and a red, so
Yeah.
it's cheap. Okay, cheap for a CMC.
And it
it's
gives you that sweet, sweet devotion.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you actually build this deck?
Yeah.
Ugh.
What?
Ugh.
What?
I want to play it.
Ugh.
Okay.
I want to borrow it. This seems like my type, which is weird because I'm not usually on.
Maybe. You never know.
Feels good.
It feels good. Like,
Feeling heated here.
but there's so many things you can do with Anax, and like I said, from looking at other people's comments, and we're all like chatting and everything. This is what a lot of people seem to be leaning towards. It's like stealing people's stuff, because Red does have a lot of stuff where
treason and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, a lot of gain control.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to say, I used Anax in the pre-release. I was running 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they put in work.
Oh yeah.
But no one ever let me have enough rich.
Well,
you can't blame them.
No,
Yeah.
no, I couldn't.
So, but that's basically the strategy, okay? We're just going to be sacrificing creatures, okay? So it's kind of like a red control deck. Take it and kill it.
Kill it.
Sacrifice it. You're doing for the good.
The god of the forge.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing. We want to make these tokens as often as possible, okay? So having artifacts or enchantments where your creatures get a booster in attack is another key strategy, okay? So, and that's because, one, if we're going to attack with everyone during combat,
Yeah.
creatures are going to die.
Yeah.
Especially yours, if you're the aggressor, okay? So if you're attacking with something and it dies and you're taking out another creature, fine. They have to tap like mana and use resources to create another creature. You're just going to create 2 1/1s. And hopefully, if depending on what artifacts or enchantments you have, you're not attacking for 1 damage, you're attacking for maybe 2 or 3 damage, or maybe more, okay? So we choose, and this is one reason why we choose not to use equipment, okay? So, because we want to spread it out. Because if we only made 1 satyr at a time, okay, fine. We can totally do the whole equipment thing and then keep on attacking with the satyr or the 1 creature. Whoop-de-bloody-do, okay? But we don't want to do that. Yes, I'm trying to keep this PG, okay? We don't want to do that, okay? So we want to do things like, there's like Goblin Oriflame, okay? So, because that's like, whenever you attack, all your attacking creatures get +1/+0. And it's a low CMC enchantment. It's 1 in a red, okay? You have a Heraldic Banner, which is from Thornhill Drain. It comes into play. You choose a color, okay? And all creatures...
Red.
Yeah. So in this case, red. Okay? And then creatures of that color gain +1/+0. So once again, you're pumping up your stuff and you don't care. All right? And Heraldic Banner also taps for mana. All right?
Bonus find.
Yeah. Ferocity of the Wild, same deal, you know. Ooh. But Ferocity of the Wild does the same thing, you know, like all non-human creatures attacking get +1/+0.
On your side of the field?
On our side.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then there's other stupid things like Betrothed of Fire, okay? So this is a enchantment aura where if you give this creature, it gives it like +2/+0, but you can sacrifice it. Like, not the enchantment. Sacrifice a creature, and all your creatures get +2/+0.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. So you grab someone's creature, put it on, because it only costs 1 red.
Yeah.
Sacrifice it. All your creatures
You
get...
lose the aura, they lose the creature.
Yeah,
Who
you
cares?
don't care, right?
That's kind of dope. That's actually heard of that one. I like
yeah,
that.
it's fun. You know? And, well, it's from, like, Mirage or Visions or something like that. So it's way back in the day. They never reprinted it.
I
from
love
what
the
understand.
idea of just constantly throwing back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't need board wipes.
What? What
Because
is that face
this is
for?
board wipes.
I have to say that I get, like, all the trouble with my decks, and yet, like, this deck horrifies me.
What?
Absolutely horrifies
You haven't
me.
even gotten
What
to
do you
the
mean it
beat of
horrifies
this.
you?
I don't even care.
Why is this so horrifying to you?
I don't know. I don't just.
You
I
look
don't
like you
it.
actually look like offended.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
so funny, especially if you can get someone's like hard to cast commander.
Oh, yeah. And you steal it and you sacrifice it and then you have to pay the
Maybe
commander
that's
tax.
why I've had too many
Literally.
people who have taken my commander or taken over my turn.
I remember
and
one
then
time-
sacked my commander and put him into the graveyard and then exiled him.
I remember one time I paid 21 for a dragon.
Oh, my goodness.
You know why? Because I don't negotiate. And if somebody with terrorists.
I don't negotiate
And
with
if somebody
terrorists.
thinks that they can just sack my creature enough times that, she'll stop casting. You're wrong.
There are people like Hope. You're like, nope, gonna bring it back.
I don't care. You saw me play Atraxa. I cast Atraxa, a 4-cost creature, just for reference, for like 18 the other night.
That's true.
Every single turn in
It's
a row,
true.
I was like, no, it's happening. She's coming out. We're proliferating. We're doing it. All I need to do is make it to the end step.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And, like, but the best thing about this, like, granted for red, like, the majority of their spells are sorcery speed for taking control of things.
Yes.
But the best thing about it is that since they're sacrificing their creatures, you can get rid of things that are indestructible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
So I take control of something like your Addison, Angel of Hope. I take control of it. I have all my stuff is indestructible, so I can attack, swing wide with everyone. Everyone has to block whatever or take a huge amount of damage. Then I sacrifice the Addison. Right? It's beautiful! It's beautiful!
Well,
Yeah!
and you can also really double up on any of the dice triggers. Like, you could take a Green Ward and a Marassa from someone, get
Ooh.
something back from your graveyard, or someone's Sun Titan, get the swing before you sack it. Like, there's
Like
a lot
that.
of there's a lot
yeah.
of really good things that you do taking people's creatures. A lot of things trigger on attack, and a lot of things trigger on death.
And, you never know, the fun thing about this is that you never know what's going to happen, okay? Because everyone's creature does a different thing. So you
True
take
chaos theme, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very chaotic, okay? Chaos.
That just makes it the stronger the deck you're playing, the stronger this deck becomes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and...
Yeah, if you're playing against some big boys, then you take those big boys.
Yeah, I take,
Literally,
like,
like,
an
all
Emrakul.
of my decks
Well,
are
like-
big boys.
and that's
I
the
have
thing
a
is...
type.
But keep in mind, Brian, okay, like taking control of all these creatures, your opponent's creatures, is also a great political move. Okay?
That's true.
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, Daniel is the threat.
I like that you pointed, Brian. You started to point at Brian. You started to point at me. You're like, no what?
Clearly,
Yes,
I've been,
I know.
clearly I've been
Daniel.
picked on way too much
He's
tonight.
had enough.
Yeah.
Let's say I have Merit Lage. I'm playing Wind Grace for the 8th time tonight.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a piece of garbage. We digress.
But even if I can either take its Merit Lage, attack him, and then sack it, or let's say Hope has the Merit Lage, and I take I'll take Hope's Hope can attack Daniel for the Merit Lage for the damage, and I can take Hope's Merit Lage and then attack Daniel again and then kill him. And be like, yo, just don't swing at me. We can both come out. You attack him, I'll take it over, I'll attack him.
I won't
Boom.
throw your creature away.
Yeah.
You can have it back.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's another political tool. And people are like, it can't be politics. No, it is political. So there's so many things you can do like that.
Political chaos. I like it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down with that.
But
If anyone was going to find a way, it would be Sherman.
but that's with artifacts and enchantments, just find a way to pump them up. Okay? And I only want to pump them up during attacks and not generically, because once again, I have the Meek Stone. I'm going to try to get the Meek Stone out. Because if they get too big, I can't untap them.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where this next part comes in, okay? Is that I have creatures that you can pump up, mainly with fire breathing,
Yep.
okay? So fire breathing, for those that don't know, is you pay 1 red, you give it a +1/+0, alright? So like Dragon Whelp, okay? Furnace Whelp, things like that. So it could be like a 2/3 or a 2/2 flyer.
Majority of dragons.
Yeah. They're all really, really tiny. They're all
Almost
small.
like they breathe fire.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Who knew?
But it's like, there's tons of these kinds of creatures in red, okay? So, you just pump them up, okay, and then you get that trigger if they die. So, and that's a really real big thing, okay, because you don't care. And it's very, very hard as well for the opponent to defend against this. Because let's say I'm attacking
Defend
someone.
against their own creature.
No, yeah. Well, let's say I don't take control of someone's creature. Let's say they have 1 blocker and I have 2 guys, okay, and they're both 2/3s or something like that, okay?
You can decide who
Let
you
it
want
be.
I
to.
can decide who
Yeah.
to pump and deal more damage, and it's instant speed, right? So it's a combat trick built into it, and now I don't have to care. And if someone board wipes, it's like, okay, I have 4 creatures. I'm going to pump each one of them. I'm going to pump a red in each of them. They all have power 4 or greater. Now they're all going to die along with Anax, and then I get a
Yeah, you get the trigger of your tokens.
yeah, and then I
That's
get 10
kinda
satyrs.
Well, and anything like the bombardment, anything like a pandemonium, a warstorm surge, is just going to trigger so much because your things are doing their damage, they're getting sacrificed, and they're coming back in. they're hitting the board and just repeating over and over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just so much fun.
But using other people's creatures to generate your own tokens is pretty dirty, and I like it.
I don't think it's dirty.
Of course,
A
you
little
like
bit
that.
crazy.
Nah. Like there's close to
crazy.
like 30-ish cards that let you take over things. Like we'll go into some of them later on.
But before we get into it, though, we always talk about how the best way to play the game is a different one. No one wants to see the same 3 decks played. That's why I find a lot of the competitive stuff kind of boring. I get it. Protean Hulk, you play Flash, you combo off, everyone shuffles, we go and try fetch it again. I get it.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's just a yawn fest. I like seeing silly things that I'm like, oh, I did not see that coming.
Like this nonsense.
Yeah, and this is especially true, you know? And one of the things I like about fire breathing, besides pumping up, is that there's a lot of creatures that are lower CMC.
Yeah.
Okay. And because they're lower CMC, or they
Higher devotion.
Yeah, better devotion.
Yep.
Okay, so like Dragon Whelp and Furnace Whelp, for example, they're both 4 costs. Okay, they're 2 red.
Yep.
Okay, so you have Anax out, and you have one of those creatures. Anax will off the bat trigger because its power is 4.
Well, even if it and if you look at any of like the high CM big red creatures, they're mostly dragons,
Yeah.
and they're all like 5 and a red.
Yeah, and
know?
Red's not known for ramping that well, like especially on a budget.
No.
Seething Song.
Like I could throw in a bunch of like cheap artifacts in here, okay, and there are some cheap artifacts for ramping and everything, but for the most part,
But it's quite difficult to do.
yeah,
It's not what it's built for. It's built for
definitely not.
fire. It's not
Yeah.
built for
Aggro.
yeah,
Get
exactly.
boots on the ground and get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like with big CMC creatures, like another thing, like you pointed out earlier, Hope, it's just devotion. Okay, a lot of big creatures is like they have 1 red and 5 colorless mana.
Yeah.
That's not gonna help me with Anax.
No.
Okay, I don't care if it can be like an 8/8 kick butt dragon. Okay, that can fly, death touch lines, like all that stuff, but it costs like 8 colors mana and 1 red devotion. Yay! Okay, so they'll trigger 2 for my Anax, but if Anax itself dies...
But it's like at what
21.
cost?
Yeah, and it's not worth it, and
Yeah.
it's a huge blowout.
Yeah.
Okay? So I don't care about that stuff, and this is also where, once again, if I get something like a Meek Stone out, it helps, because I can pump them up, be a big threat, and then...
And then it falls back down.
Falls back down, and then
You
they
can
can
kind of,
untap.
yeah, you kind of like control how creatures are as opposed to just having, like you dictate all of that, which I think it gives you like a different like method of attack, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
and
it allows for you to make those combos like with the Meek Stone. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it allows you to use that sort of synergy.
The synergy. I love synergy. Like, you guys know I love my, and yeah, I love promoting synergy. The value engines, all that stuff. I love that stuff. So, and this is just another example of, like, that synergy, okay? One thing will work with another. You can, like, pump things up, lower it down. You make things more difficult, stuff like that. And then, like, we also put in other things, so such as the squeeze. Okay.
Yes.
Because Squee always comes back.
Boys.
Squee always comes back. Squee is so strong.
I love him. I just want to take care of him. He's so sweet. I love him.
But the best thing about Squee is that he does come back. So you can sacrifice him or you attack, let him die.
Get all the
create a
tokens
satyr,
that'll pump him up, so you get a couple satyrs.
bring him back. It doesn't matter. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I love Squee. And both Squees are really, really good for this because you can cast them both from the graveyard if need be. And the other one, the Immortal one, you can cast from exile. So if someone has graveyard hate, fine, just bring it back. Who cares?
Squeeze so good.
Yeah. I feel like he's deeply underrated.
It depends on the deck, right?
He's rated perfectly.
No, he's not. He's underrated.
It depends on the deck. Like, a lot of people that use Corvold will use Squee. Because you can sacrifice it for bringing it when it comes in and an attack, and you just cast it in.
He's a combo piece for sure.
Yeah,
with
but
the-
people that play Corvolders.
Not like the sophisticated Prush.
Daniel.
What? Fucci? No, denied.
I'm not even going to touch that.
What? There's nothing wrong with that.
Anyways.
Anyway. But yeah.
Moving on.
But that's what we want to do, and that's what the majority of our creatures do, okay? Like, most of them are, like, a range of, like, 2 or 3 power, and they just need that, like, 1 or 2 extra mana to get up to the power 4, and then you can create 2 tokens, okay? So we're going to abuse that a lot, all right? Now, this part is the heart of it, okay? And that's taking your opponent's stuff, okay? Yes, Brian. Yes.
I don't know why this bothers you so much.
It's so weird feeling like I have the moral high ground for once.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I 100% thought that you'd be so down with this. I can't believe you're so, like, bothered. Like, you look like you want to leave.
We all have our lines.
This is nowhere close to...
I've never seen you play anything that was nice.
I would take your stuff.
You play your Bogus, you play your Necrosar. Someone take your stuff. I give it back to you just in pieces. You know, it goes in your graveyard. You still technically get it back.
To your graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Come on. You're looking at me like the way you looked at me.
I would say that Mill takes my stuff.
That's, well, kind of.
In a manner.
If by stuff
from your library to your graveyard.
Away from me.
If by stuff you mean yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm doing the same thing, but instead, like, it's like you're hiring me as a middleman. Okay? What? You're looking at me like I just
the
killed
way you
your brother or
describe
something like
things
that.
is hilarious.
Literally politics.
Yeah.
He's literally a politician. Yo, actually though, you're basically this is actually like the closest that Red will ever get to me. It's like take it, sack it, graveyard, done.
Yeah, it's very true. But, like, you're literally looking at me like we were playing earlier when you're playing your Mogus and I brought my Masako. So, like, you know
Why?
what? Because, like, so, you know, with Mogus during your upkeep, you either sacrifice a creature or you take 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
Masako is a white creature.
Yeah.
Where, basically, it's like power top on who cared, okay? But its ability says whenever an opponent deals damage, like a source
they control deals damage,
then they have to sacrifice a permanent. So I deliberately...
Does it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I deliberately say, I will not sacrifice a creature. I will take 2 damage. And Brian had to sacrifice something.
Masako was Slash.
No. You're thinking of Hisoka.
Oh god, thank you.
Yeah.
Names that I cannot pronounce.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, like...
I was not impressed.
Oh, he was so pissed. He was so pissed off at me.
You kind of earned it.
I get it.
I'm just saying that I've never come out to...
No, Masako is the blocked one. What's the one worth?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, you're right. Masako's one. Kim... Kim...
I can't remember. I'll find the name.
Okay, but anyway,
we'll come back.
Yeah,
I've never come out on a Friday night and not seen play Mogus.
Well, that's just the way it
So,
is. He always plays Mogus at least
look
once.
at me in my face
and
tell me you didn't deserve that.
I won.
Good. I never said you deserved to lose. I said you deserved to have the sack.
But oh man, he was he looked at me with great disdain.
Did you look like
I was very upset about
like
this.
the ultimate betrayal?
Oh yeah, oh totally. Because like I was like, I'm looking at it and I was like, do I pay 2 life or do I take 2 damage?
He built it up for like 2 turns. He's like, Brian, you're really going to hate me.
Yeah, I'm just rubbing it in.
It was foretold.
It was foretold.
And then you're just like, you know what?
Then he's like, do you know what? Maybe I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I don't care. So, but like, let's go.
So taking our opponent's stuff.
Yeah, so let's go back to the deck here.
Speaking of fun.
We're going to take opponent's stuff, okay? Because
You're like
we're
a
going
bully
to
at school.
we're going to treat these like removal spells because you are going to remove them eventually.
Yeah.
So,
Told you it's Red Mill.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm a little under the weather here.
You're excused.
So we have things like Act of Treason, Goat Nap, Claim the Firstborn.
Goat Nap?
Goat Nap.
What is that?
Do you think you can say goat nap and not explain the card?
Goat Nap.
You've seen how excited I get about the little goats, so you simply must tell me.
All right. So Goat Nap, okay, is 2 in array. Sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If that creature is a goat, it also gets +3/+0 until end of turn.
When has the creature ever been a goat?
I don't care. I just like the fact that I can play something that says Goat Nap.
I guess in Modern Horizon.
That's so funny. Could you
What
imagine,
are we play Chase?
I was gonna say, could you imagine we were playing Planes Chase and we had the plane where everybody gets the goats? And then you're just like, bam. You're like, I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Yeah. It's a 3/2.
Then it actually gives you a reason to go, you took my goat.
Oh my goodness! Oh!
I don't know if that's allowed.
Oh! Now we're gonna get all the hate mail.
Send it to Brian. What's your address?
My phone number is.
Reads my phone number.
I know that Daniel will have quick responses to whatever comes in.
Quick wit.
Yeah.
But there's tons of control.
What's Claim the Firstborn? Also, that's heavy metal.
Claim the Firstborn
Sounds like
from
some like Cersei stuff.
He's from Chrono Drake.
That is 100% like a Cannibal Corpse song.
Yeah. So this once again, I love the one because it's a 1 red, single red.
Beautiful. Easy.
Sorcery, gain control of target creature. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. That's the only catch. Okay, until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn.
I mean, that's not bad though, especially
It's
early
not
game.
bad. Especially with how people play tokens, like Merit Lage.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, see?
That's
a 2020.
zero mana.
I take your 2020 for 1 red mana. Then I'm gonna sacrifice it at the end by flinging it at you.
You do have Fling in this, yeah?
Oh, I have Fling in here. Oh, who do you think you're talking to?
His giant basically was Fling.
Yeah,
the
my
giant at
stone
the beginning, the stone giant. It gains flying, and then you have to sacrifice it at the end.
That kind of is Fling.
So to me, I'm just picturing a giant going, ha!
Ha!
Did you put Thud in the deck?
Thud,
what the heck is Thud?
I took out Thud in order... Thud is the same thing, but it costs less mana than Fling.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
it's not
sorcery
instant.
speed?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is very fun to
How does it
thud
cost
people in
less
the face.
mana than Fling? Is it 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly how.
Yeah.
Good math.
I didn't put it in because I like Fling more, and I wanted more like, I take your control of your creatures more. So I threw that in instead.
I don't know. I just like to say I thud you.
But yeah, like we want to be using all these spells, and like these are sorcery speed, okay? You don't have instant speed. We're not blue here, okay?
It's true.
Well, it makes sense that you want to take them and then attack with them as well, so you get the double damage.
Yeah. Okay. Like blue, when they use things like Ray of Command and all that stuff to take control of its creature for instant speed, it's normally to take something and then block with it. Okay, so they can kill it or get rid of it.
We're not looking to block.
No
We're
defend.
looking to kill you.
Yeah.
No defend, only attack.
Yeah, you don't need to block if you're.
Yeah, and the best thing about this is that when you're taking
that's a word of wisdom.
Yeah. Well, when you're taking an opponent's creature, like I said before, okay, and if you attack the same opponent, okay, they're like, okay, if I take the hit, then I get my creature back at the end of turn if they don't sacrifice it. Or they're like, okay, I have to sacrifice one of my creatures to step in front and take the hit for me.
Yeah.
Right? Or once again, you can use it politically, like, okay, Brian, you attack with, like, Daniel for this one creature. Once it's the end of your turn, I'm going to take control of it, okay? And then I'm going to attack him so we get double the damage in because his defenses are down, and then you can get your creature back, okay? So once again, like I said, you can use it as a political tool.
Storm.
Yeah! So, and I don't see people doing that enough when they try to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Okay? They're just like, I'm going to take it and I'm going to attack. Okay. But they don't like, okay, you attack and then I'm going to attack with the same bloody creature.
Yeah, they look at it just as like how to become arch enemy, less of like how to be a player.
Like I always look at cards and I'm like, okay, how can I use this politically? How can I use this to manipulate people?
I look at it like hope smash. So I mean, speaking from experience, for like how
this is kind of like that, because you can take anything over pretty much for a creature.
Well, when we keep talking about that, it does just make it. It's really easy to build an overpowered deck, but especially on a budget level, this kind of just gets stronger the stronger the deck you're playing against, and that is like a really, really fun way to play.
Yeah,
take advantage of the money that somebody else spent.
Oh yeah, totally.
And you don't have to worry about upping the power level. If somebody's playing a Tuvasa deck that doesn't have lands going, then there's no threat. They're taking nothing. But if someone's ramping out hard and they bring out the fight dinosaur, well, Sherman's ready to fight.
Yeah. And like...
He's got his boxing gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah.
And another political way is like, let's say Brian has a Seaborn Muse out, and he's being annoying with it.
He always does.
Okay? I'm going to be like...
the only time he's not playing red, he has Seaborn Muse out.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, okay, like...
Sorry that I collect them.
Yeah,
like,
you do.
Literally.
You literally do! Every time they put it in a showcase, you buy it right away.
You get to the store first and you're just like, I'll take it, thanks.
Yeah. Every time.
I would like one, by the way. I saw it.
But that's the thing. Like, let's say Brian has Seaborn Muse. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to steal it. Hey, Hope, you have like a 5/5 dragon. Is it hungry? Of course it is. Here, I'm going to give you a little snack.
Yum.
Now the Seaborn Muse is gone.
I got to eat.
You got to eat it, so you're happy. Brian's annoyed at me, most likely. Even if you took it, you killed it, he's still annoyed
It's
at
only
me.
because you took it.
Yeah. Even though
Seaborn
you're
Muse is such a nice woman, and you guys mistreat her all the time.
Yeah, Sherman's out here mad disrespecting, attacking with the Seaborn.
Yeah.
Something that's never been done.
So
I saw somebody attack with the Llanowar elves the other day. Yeah. What the heck?
why?
Ew.
Oh, they probably just could. Why
They
not?
know how to play?
Well, you attack with the Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, that's
Turn
a whole
that
different
birds
thing.
of paradise into a birds of war.
What's the saying?
Bolt
Bolt the
the
birds.
I can't believe you guys actually did that in sync.
Oh, well.
Every podcast.
Every podcast,
We
both
have to talk about
You should
bolting
bolt the bird. You should never leave it.
Yeah. But like I love using these cards as a political trick, you know, because and that's like in this deck. I think I only throw in maybe like 15 of these spells. So I
With the Tiki spells?
yeah, 12 or 15, one of the two. I can't remember. I didn't count.
One of them, there's a creature that's a mana sink for that, isn't it? I think it's...
Captivating Crew.
yeah.
Yes, that is one of them. So let's read Captivating Crew real quickly
Please.
here. Okay, so it's 3 in a red for a human pirate. It is a
Duh.
4/3. Okay,
Yar.
you can tap 3 and a red, so 4 mana total.
Yo-ho.
Gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So once again, sorcery speed only.
But dope,
So you
mana
have a
sink. Also, I'm
creature
just...
that does this?
Yes.
Yeah.
As
I'm
a
also
mana
just,
sink,
like,
not a
as-
tap.
Yeah, so if I have 8 mana, boom, boom, I get 2 creatures.
I just need to take a moment to
Also
say
at
that
instant speed, which is...
while I
Yeah.
was talking,
Hope's
that,
just going to take a minute to let me finish.
that his total creature cost is less than $4.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be like that.
My goodness. That's amazing.
I think the most expensive creature I have in here is
Torbrand?
Torbrand.
Is
Yeah.
whatever you're playing.
Like heck, like I even have Sisters of the Flame in here.
What's that?
It's a mana ramp card. Okay, Sisters of the
I've
Flame.
never seen it. It also looks like a photo of my mom from the 90s.
So Sisters of the Flame is a 1 red, so it adds to the devotion off the bat. And it's a 2/2, and all it does is you tap it to add 1 red mana to your mana pool. That's it.
Why haven't they made any more of these?
Cause it sucks!
I'm just saying they should make like some more. But make it cheaper. Make it a
But,
Llanowar
like,
Elves.
you
But for red?
you
That would
don't
be
really
dope.
you
So
don't
why
really
you
want
want
red.
Llanowar
Do you want
Elves
Boros to not suck one day? Is that what
Yeah.
you want?
Yes. I like Boros. I don't care what it is.
Me too.
Yes,
Yeah.
for you guys.
But like Sisters of Flame, you know, like I just have it in for mana ramp and devotion. That's it.
I guess it would be two red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2
Well,
red. So
yeah, a lot of those cheap things are just buffing his power up, and it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to feasibly see him at like a 10 whatever his
10-3?
toughness is. Yeah, 10-3. Like it's pretty feasible to see him up there pretty hard.
yeah, and like I even
Like turn 4.
Well, and you can we shouldn't discount that you can also throw him.
You can. You
Yeah.
can thud him.
You
You
can
can.
thud him.
And then
You can.
recast him.
yeah, and like Torbrand, we were talking you mentioned that real quick. Torbrand is fantastic for this because it's 3 devotion off the bat. It's 1 red.
Yeah, I love
Oh, yeah.
that.
2/4. Okay, and any red source you control that would deal damage deals an additional 2. So all your satyrs, even though they're 1/1s, are technically 3/1s when they're dealing damage.
Yeah.
Well, even if you look at like the not the commanders, but kind of the lieutenant cards, a lot of them give like a 2/2 effect, and they're usually
Yeah.
3 or 4 mana. This really is like if there was a card that was printed that was 4 mana with a good effect, and it also was like, hey, give your commander +3, that would be a good card, and that's what that is in this
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
It's all these things that you're playing are also a commander buff.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like heck, I'm really happy that I was able to throw in the tank. Okay, because the Mizium tank from World of Spark. I remember everyone was like, this isn't that great and everything. It's a 1 red, so it adds to your devotion again. Yes. Artifact vehicle. It's a 3/2 that has trample, my friends. Yes.
Love it.
Trample.
Not everything needs to be.
What? It's a tank. A tank.
If a tank did not have trample, I'd have that.
I'm literally wearing a Sabaton shirt right now. Like, it has to be a tank.
Yeah.
All tanks, all day. Joker Broden, at me.
But the best thing about the
Daniel edits that out.
tank, okay, is that whenever you cast a non-creep spell, the tank becomes an artifact creature and gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's a 4/3. So if it dies, you're getting Anax triggers of two
soldiers, yeah.
Two
Or
soldiers.
two satyrs.
Or two satyrs, okay? If
Soldiers.
you
Goat people.
cast something, what?
Goat people.
Yeah. If you have
Do
them
they
goat-
count?
What is it?
As-
Goats? What?
A rat of the card to goat satyrs.
Goat satyrs? Oh,
Hey, I can goat nap that.
Like, do they count as goats?
They are half.
Get me with that goat. They're the goat.
Do you run...
Sorry.
With how much sacrifice you're running, do you run Confusion in the Ranks in this?
I chose not to because it was a little bit more
Because
expensive.
you have a soul?
Confusion of the ranks is unlimited.
I'm already running like a low amount of sacrifice because I'm not that degenerate. Okay, I am a bit, but not that crazy in a sense. So, but like
What does Confusion in the ranks do?
Oh. Yeah, you tell us what...
I don't know the text on
No,
that.
I know. It's whenever a creature enters, you can change control.
Oh, it's like
I think
random.
it's not just creature, is it?
I think it's permanent.
Not land, though.
No, but like non-land permanents.
Yeah, it might be non-land permanents.
Pull
I
it
don't
up.
know. I don't know. We should probably read it.
Daniel, pull it up.
Hold it up.
Me, I don't know the exact text. Daniel, I definitely know it. For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, like
Is that even the card's name?
Confusion in his ranks is definitely one. Like, was it?
Whenever an artifact, creature, or enchantment comes into play, its controller chooses target permanent another player controls that shares a type with it, exchanges control of those tournament.
Yeah.
Permanent, not turns.
But you're not really sacrificing anything. It's like your satyr comes in, like, yeah, I can switch things up, but I'm not.
That was a
I
pretty
don't
good
care.
goat impersonation.
But like, I don't really care for that. I like to go a little bit on the cheaper side. and
I get it.
everything.
You like to have friends.
I like to have
care
friends.
for that.
Not with this deck.
I care for that a lot.
This deck is hilarious.
I think that would be
Trust me,
hysterical.
it is.
I will take your friends
Sorry,
and they will be
it's-
my friends.
It's whenever it enters the battlefield?
Yes. That's why I use Confusion in the Ranks and Nor in the Wary, and I don't like... No one likes to play with me.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's great.
I still sometimes I wonder when I play against Daniel, like, why do I play with you? Why am I your friend? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like at the same time, I do things like this. Okay, where I play like a Stensia Masquerade.
Oh.
Okay, it's a 2 and a red enchantment because I like enchantments. Okay,
Same.
now attacking creatures you control have first strike. Okay,
That's a good one.
so when we already have enchantments and artifacts that we're trying to pump up. Okay, and people are like, oh my god, you guys.
We gotta put our masquerade masks on.
We're at the masquerade,
For
Sherman.
those who cannot see, since this is a podcast, everyone's doing the whole, like take your hand, make like the eye holes, and then putting them upside down your face kind of deal. So, but like, Stensia Masquerade, okay? Like, all your attacking creatures gain first strike.
Love
okay?
it.
Whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. We
Don't
no
have
vampires.
any.
We don't care, okay?
But we might,
But
depending
we-
on what
we
they're
might
playing.
get
You
some.
never know.
We might
You
which
never
deck
know.
we're playing. Yeah.
Okay, but at the same time, I don't care because I'm making my satyrs that I attack with like harder to deal with.
Yeah.
Because if I have them, they can't block.
That's true.
What's
They
the
are
point?
aggro.
Yeah. So I have to
Might
be
as
an
well attack.
aggro strategy. So if something like this, if I'm attacking and they're like 2/1s, let's say, but they all have first strike.
This is a no defense house.
The best defense is a great offense,
Agreed.
right? And I'm being aggressive here. I'm being offensive here.
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive.
Is that copy?
I don't know.
We finna find out, boys.
We'll find out in approximately 90 days if that was.
If you never hear from us again.
They can take all the money the show earns.
All $0. Probably negative
Listen,
dollars.
it's lucrative. I'm not going to give the exact numbers, guys. Trust me, we're doing great. Please
Yeah.
send help.
We're chained down here for. But like, but you have you learn to find these weird cards like that, and you use them. You don't care if you have a vampire or not. You just care about the first strike.
Because you will get them.
Yeah, it's like I have Weapon Surge here. Okay, like Weapon Surge is probably another card that a lot of people have not heard of that has Overload. Okay, so it's 1 red. for instant, target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. The overload cost for this is 1 in a red.
That's
So
a
I'm
pretty
paying-
solid overload.
I'm paying 2 mana to change that from to do all, not target. I'm choosing like each creature. So each creature I control gets +1/+0 and gains first strike for 2 mana
All those satyrs become 2/1
with first strike. Okay, and if I have like the Heraldic Banner, they're technically 3/1s.
Do you have impact tremor?
I should have Impact Tremors in here.
You absolutely should.
I did not put Impact Tremors in there.
You should put it in.
Nah. Oh, I remember why I did it, because I didn't want to do the infinite loop thing with Impact Tremors. That's
Oh
why.
yeah, with the Nim Death Mantle.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I could put that in, but nah, this is more fun.
There's two kinds of people.
He's like, I have this type of grease, but I could go to this type of grease, but I'm totally fine with this grease.
Well, if you want to be super greasy,
It's called
put it in
moderation, Brian. Take humility out of your deck.
yeah.
It is,
If you want to like up
no
the
response.
grease level.
Brian, just be glad I don't have my counter spells in red in here, okay?
Oh, God.
Oh, also, for anyone that doesn't know, impact tremors whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your...
Yeah.
So if you're just like blapping out satyrs and stuff.
Speaking of Sherman's red counter spells, it's Mage's contest, right?
Oh, yeah.
Red counter spells?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Sherman.
me.
What are you talking about, red counter
I have a
spells?
counter spell in each color. This is me.
That does
Sherman
not
played.
exist.
Sherman played Mage's contest against Jacob. You bid life to see if it gets it. Sherman's like, I will bid 3 life. Jacob's like, I will bid 40. And Sherman's like, okay.
No one kills Jacob except Jacob.
I think he did kill himself to Uruk-Thar after,
Yeah, it's
but
worth it.
the boy knows what he's doing.
Oh, but like, and I also threw out like, was it Anax of Morality?
What's that?
Axis of Mortality.
Or
Yeah.
Axis of Mortality. So it's white enchantment for 4 white, and during my upkeep, I can have 2 target players switch their life totals.
The old switcheroo.
Yeah.
Classic.
So it's like,
Classic move.
yeah, because I have that in my Tiana deck where I have Mage's Contest. I'll just bid life, and then I'll throw that out. And then people are like, oh, that's not fair, because you can bid life, you don't care, you just switch it with Zars. I'm like, I wouldn't do that.
You bid it down to 38, give them 2 life. Merry Christmas.
Bid it down to 30.
Yeah.
You live, Dane.
I honestly, if I can be real, I would also bid 40 life. Again, I don't know. I'd rather kill my...
Game of Chaos is an insta-kill in any of my games against my brothers.
It's very true.
Yep.
It's very, very, very true.
You've seen it
I've
happen?
seen a few of them.
One
Oh,
shall
yeah.
stand, one shall fall.
Isn't that game night?
I don't know, I've never watched game.
But like, anyways, so that's what we want to do when we take opponent's stuff.
I really got squirrely
Holy
with
win.
that goat nap thing.
No.
Went off.
So, but yeah, like that's basically what we do with the deck, though. Okay, we're stealing people's stuff. We're pumping our own creatures up just so we can get that 4 power. We're gonna sacrifice them. We're killing them in combat.
And getting the value into those tokens.
Get
yeah.
the value
Yeah.
from the tokens and keep on going. So, and board wipes are our friend. If people are rocking board wipes, you're okay with it.
Yeah, you
'Cause
get
you're-
satyrs.
Yeah, because you get satyrs after that, and everyone's free to attack, so you start attacking away. You really don't care, and then you rebuild your board.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and especially because Anax is commander.
yeah, it's only 3 mana.
Yeah.
Why not? You bring it out on turn 3, boom, you're done. Or turn 4, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You bring it out early.
Yeah.
So,
Turn 3 at the blue red.
Yep, 2 red, 1 white, 1 colorless.
Oh yeah, turn.
yeah. So either way, it doesn't matter, right? So like, but it's a cheap commander. We were trying to make it budget, so I kept it under $100. Like I said, if you take out those,
Really under 100. Really.
yeah, if
under
you take
100.
out those 6 cards that I mentioned right at the beginning, it's under $50.
But even if you opted to $50 deck and added,
It's
some
still
other-
cheap.
Like that's still like a very.
There are so many upgrades you can do to this deck. Like the only thing, like.
Especially there's something.
Yeah, like you said, Impact Tremors. I'm like, I don't want to go that infinite route just because that infinite route is like such a low CMC
Yeah.
that it's easy to do
Yeah.
and it's hard to interact with. But
But
it's
if
just
you-
shadows
if you
on the other
wanted-
hand.
But if you wanted to like sideboard that and have it, if you're going at a slightly higher.
Yeah, if someone's playing like a 7 or 8
What?
power or whatever, then sure, throw it in, right? But like that's one reason why I threw in Vicious Shadows. Okay, Vicious Shadows
Nobody's-
is harder to cast.
We were talking about this earlier. Daniel's just shadows. Nobody's ever countered it. He knows what it is.
Yeah, no
And
one.
then
A lot of people see things that are high CMC enchantments. They're like, it's not playable. It's not good.
Yeah.
So no one, yeah, exactly. It's Vicious Shadows is one of those cards that very rarely you actually see. You play it in a lot of decks, like you play it in a Prosh, you play it in Kaikar. Anything that generates a lot of creatures, you want, especially if you're running board wipes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Well, and you're insulating yourself from board wipes with this commander, right?
Yeah.
So you're not losing everything on the board wipe. You're coming out ahead, and if you have something like Vicious Shadows out, not only do you have a deck, like a ton of creatures on deck with your everything is bigger enchantments, everything's first strike. You're coming out on top of that, but you're also bolting people really, really hard with that Vicious Shadows.
Oh yeah, totally. So
I would in this I would put in the Khans or Dragons in red Outpost Siege.
yeah, I
Yeah,
have
he
an
has
Outpost Siege in here.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. So
I didn't see that one earlier.
because like the problem I have with red in general is just
But it's red.
red's awesome. What are you talking about? Okay, it's just the card draw. Okay, and Outpost Siege kind of helps you with that because you can choose one or the other. Okay, either like the Khans. For anyone that doesn't know, Outpost Siege, 3 in a red enchantment. Okay, when it enters the battlefield, choose Khans or Dragons. So for Khans, it's at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. So that's great. But if you choose Dragons, when a creature you control leaves the battlefield, Outpost Siege deals 1 damage to target creature or player.
Love it.
So
Me too.
I like these cards because it's very situational. You choose one or the other. I would normally choose Khans because I like dealing with using the top of my
Playing-
And I would
playing cards
normally
for free?
choose dragon.
yeah.
You don't
'Cause
play
like
for free.
dragons. No.
Oh, I thought I said play without its mana count.
No, if
No,
you,
no,
if you
that would
play
be
for
broken.
free, oh my god.
No, he's so broken. Hey,
Why
Why
would anyone? Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some of
Play
them.
play for free or deal 1 damage to someone. Like play
Yeah.
for free.
No, but like
Sometimes one's all it takes.
yeah, that's true. But like that's the thing. Like this is definitely in there because you choose one or the other. But red is already really hard for when it comes to card draw, unless you're going into artifacts.
It's not hard to come to card draw. It's just not good card draw.
Yeah,
you
yeah, fair.
You
You
don't
rummage.
really. Exactly. It's rummaging and digging instead of just pure draw.
yeah.
So it's lots of draw discard.
But it's really, really interesting what people put in. Like, I put in on the sorcery ones that are, like, quick, like Tormenting Voice and all that stuff. I chose not to try to put in too many artifacts for card draw this time, just because they tend to either, like, help everyone out or they're, like, higher CMC cost. And I wanted to have a lower CMC cost just so I can use the fire breathing here.
Yep.
So,
Well, it makes sense. If you're attacking, you want to be able to. Oh, you're not blocking this one guy. Okay, I'll pop the last 3 red mana that
Yep.
I have.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly, right? And this also forces me to sandbag myself. Okay, so for those that don't understand what sandbagging is, it means you're holding back cards in your hand. Okay, you're deliberately not playing certain cards so that if something happens like a board wipe, then you're good to go. You can cast more creatures out and you're still good. Okay, so doing this forces me to keep my mana up so I can use it for creatures that are fire breathing. I'm not casting as many creatures out, so I don't have to worry about the card draw as much. So,
True.
but yeah, that is the deck.
I'm into it. It's very much my speed. I did not expect this. It is so
It's funny.
aggro.
It's like 3 thumbs up and 1 down on my side.
It's just because, like, the moment I said take control, you're just like, ew.
Mm-hmm. I like having my stuff.
True.
Oh.
You like being in charge of the degeneracy?
Yeah.
It's
I am the captain now.
But yeah, let us know what you think about the deck. What would you put into a chaos theme?
Heck yeah. How would you upgrade or somehow downgrade this deck?
downgrade. Oh yeah, because if you take out whatever cards, I get it.
Hey.
But there's a lot of things. Like there's a lot of room for improvement in this deck. Like I said, it is a budget deck.
But also,
So-
like Daniel,
But it's fun though.
And it's
like
fun.
Daniel said, like it's not about your deck power.
It's about someone else's.
It's about my deck power.
Yeah. So if someone's playing like Selvala,
I don't know who you're talking about.
well, think of it. If you play your Selvala, okay, you parlay on your turn, and I'm gonna take it, and then it untaps, and I parlay again. Everyone's getting more
I'm gonna
card draw.
sack it.
Ooh.
But what if I make a deal with you saying, like, I won't sack it, I just want the card draw?
Parlay. You get 1 chance.
Yeah. One up.
That's all you got?
Yeah. So, but I think that's it for this deck check, though.
Definitely let us know. Give us feedback. We like to hear positive or negative.
Speaking of hearing back in a positive note, okay, Brian would you like to bring up the one comment that you told us about and showed us? We're just like, oh, that's so awesome.
Every now and then we're going to start just maybe mentioning a little bit of the reviews. A lot of people, we do appreciate when you send in any comments. It lets us know kind of what's going on and lets us know people are actually,
actually listening to us.
not even just listening, but like that they feel like they can be a part of the conversation.
And any feedback's good feedback.
Yep.
As long as it's constructive.
Yeah. If we
like,
don't
if you
know,
want to
then
tell
we
us that we suck, please do. But like, tell us why.
Yeah. Like we know, we can improve.
But actually, please don't, because I'm super sensitive.
She'll cry.
Yeah.
So in the first series of our reviews, we wanted to say thank you to.
So we would like to say thank you to Magic the Happening. That's the Instagram account. They let us know that they really like the podcast and that we're enthusiastic and probably one of the better podcasts that he's heard, and that we explain everything clearly and to the point. And we would like to thank him for giving us that feedback, or them.
We really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to let us know.
It made all of our nights tonight when I read it out to everyone.
Yeah.
It made my whole day. It's just nice to know that people are
engaging
the
content. Yeah.
But feel free again. You can subscribe, listen anywhere that you find podcasts.
Reach out. We'll hit you up with our Discord.
Yeah, follow us on Facebook.
Instagram.
Yep.
So, but that is the show for tonight. You could be listening to this in the morning, but we are recording this at the night. So
it is tonight. It is nearly midnight.
Is it?
Yeah, late night.
Ooh. So
into the 99 after dark.
Yeah. Me and Brian aren't used to staying up this late.
Into the nighty night.
Into the 90 night.
Okay, on that note, goodbye.
Bye.
Take care.